হ্যালো, সৌম্যদীপ। হ্যাঁ, সৌম্যদীপ শোনা যাচ্ছে? হ্যালো, হ্যালো। হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে সৌম্যদীপ, ঠিক আছে। সৌম্যদীপ, প্রবলেম নেই, ঠিক আছে, ইউটিউবে সাউন্ড আসছে। আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে। कौन सा आप लेंगे? अच्छा लगेगा। देख- देखने में तो अच्छा लगेगा।
हेलो। आपका मेरा किसी और रूम में बैठना होगा। अच्छा, एक सेकंड रुको, एक सेकंड रुको। कि मेरा कौन सा वाला ले रहा? हाँ, नहीं 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 नहीं, ठीक हो जाएगा। हाँ, अब हेलो। एक्चुअली मैं ये कनेक्टेड था एक्चुअली। আমাকে ক্যামটা কি অন?
Please everyone turn on your camera and off your microphone. Talisha member, please on your camera and mute your microphone, please. Welcome, Pritam sir.
Good evening to all, and thank you so much,
Good
Abir,
evening, sir.
for welcoming me this evening. Within few minutes, we are going to start. First of all, let me just
First, we start the
confirm.
introduction speech by our Pawan Pandey, sir. So, Pawan Pandey, sir, please start.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is me as Pawan Kumar Pandey, and today I'm presenting our. Is he online right now? Hello. Just a minute. Just a minute. There's some issue.
Please wait, everyone. Just a minute.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. So this is me as Pawan Kumar Pandey, a full stack developer in Bern. And today is a very wonderful day for me and for all of us, as we are going to learn that how to write a perfect research paper. Okay, so is everyone ready for this great moment? Okay, so I'm delighted to welcome our chief guest, Professor Dr. Pritam Mukherjee. We are truly fortunate that he has given a valuable time for with us today. Okay, so Dr. Mukherjee is a renowned research scholar and reviewer with over 6 years of experience in this field. Okay, so he has also received the Best Presenter Award from Springer and XLRI Jamshedpur, among many other prestigious recognitions. Also, respectful, respectfully request you, sir, to present your valuable speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pawan, for this wonderful instructions and introductions. Okay, first of all, let me just make a confirmation from all of you that am I audible properly to each and everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I could see a very good thumbs up. So it's far better that whenever I'm saying something to you, if it is positive or any kind of yes, then give a thumbs up to this. Okay, instead of putting every microphones on repeatedly. All right, and if you have any kind of issues regarding what should I say, regarding queries or regarding audio or anything, if it is audio, then of course write it, and otherwise just raise your hand. I will come one after another, of course, after the session, and you can use your chat box as well. All right. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so I hope I am visible to all of you as well. Yeah, great. So, very good evening to one and all present here. This is Pritam Mukherjee, and first of all, thank you so much, Abir, and all the team members who invited me for this wonderful meeting with all of you. So basically, before initiating, let me just tell you one thing that this will not be simply a one-way communication meeting. Of course, it will be an interactive session with all of you, I would love to hear from all of you. If not, then at least from some forward candidates from you, of course, that I would like to hear. And it will be so much good that if I can get almost like most of the cameras on. Okay, if I could see the faces, that it will be far better. Otherwise, I might be thinking that I'm interacting with a simpler screen where A, P, D or something, this kind of things is written over there, right? So if possible, then I would like to request you to please be on your cameras. And one more thing, that is, I think already Abir has conveyed this, that you please sit with a pen and paper with you, all of you. After finishing the presentation, I will go to each and everyone's doubt or clarifications or any kind of questions. If you feel that you need some kind of notes from this, you can do that in your pen and paper. Besides that, if you feel that you have a doubt on this slide or this slide or this slides, wherever, so you can give a slide number and then write down the doubts. I will give you at least 2 to 3 minutes to observe the slides, to recall the doubts or the questions or to make the notes. Then only I will go into the further slides of the presentation, right? All right, so without any further delay, let's carry forward the presentation. Let me just share my screen. Please be with me for some time. All right. Okay, just make me sure that is my screen visible to all of you. All right, most of the thumbs up I could see. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. Abir, I have one request to you. That is, as the presentation will be going on, so in that point of time, I would not be able to see the screen where you guys are visible, okay? So if anything is there from anyone or even you itself, just interrupt me for a second. That sir, I have something to say. Okay, on behalf of everyone, please do make me notify. All right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. This will be a great favor from you. Just wait for a minute, guys. Yeah. All right. So now we are going to start our presentation, the actual topic of today, that how to write a research paper. Okay. I'm not focusing as of now on to the word perfect or imperfect, first of all, but of course, you are going to write a research paper. Okay, the perfect and imperfect comes far later, but for the time being, you are writing a research paper. Okay, so what exactly we need to do at present is, yeah, this one will be the to set up. Yeah. So okay, but Abir, just please make me sure that my screen is visible. Okay, just
Yes,
put on
sir.
your
Screen
microphone.
is visible.
Yeah, all right, all right. Okay, so of course it will be an interactive session on research paper writing procedure with, of course, me. So first of all, I think most of you have a bit of idea, at least a bit, very, very less amount of idea regarding research paper. What is this? So first, let me assure you, or let me make you clarify that research paper and thesis paper are quite similar, but a bit different. Okay, there is a very crack here gap or crack here difference in thesis paper and research paper. All right. So we are focusing on research paper now. You are going to write a research paper, which you can write even at this point of time also. Maybe not if someone has completed his or her master degree, then only he or she is eligible to write a research paper. First of all, make sure this one. If most of you are, as of now, in your graduations, then I'm really very sorry to say, dear, that you will not be able to write a research paper as of now, because the first and the foremost criteria to write a research paper is you need to complete or you need to have your master degree first. Coming to the next point, that is, whenever you are writing a research paper, there must be a guide who will guide you, who will simply clarify you, who will show the actual and proper pathway, the correct one, that how, where, when to go. All the things will be under the observation of that particular guide. And the third one, that is, whenever you are writing a research paper, there must be one doctorate holder, a proper full-time PhD doctorate holder should be there. Maybe some of your candidates are there, they can apply. Maybe your research guide, of course, he or she will be a PhD holder. So if you guys think that, okay, sir, we are the master degree level students, so how could we communicate a research paper to the industry or to the research world? So the simple answer is, how many candidates you guys are, that is something separate. But amongst them, at least one candidate must be a PhD holder, a doctorate holder, a proper doctorate holder, foolproof doctorate holder should be there. Okay. These are some basic rules to communicate a research paper. Why I'm saying so? Because you guys are communicating a paper, or you guys are preparing a paper, not to simply hold it on your hand. Okay. But your ultimate purpose is to simply make it published, make it global, and present it in front of everyone so that everybody could get to know about this thing. Okay, this is the ultimate purpose. So now, after discussing the basic rules, we are getting insight into the procedures or the step-by-step things that how you could write a research paper. So first of all, we need to see, or we need to know, that what is research basically. Okay. So research is something, if we go in a bit literal meaning, then research is something, the systematic investigation into and study of materials and source in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. So basically research, if we just split the word, then it comes in two syllables, re and search. Searching is something to find out, okay? And research means there is something like at least a bit conceptual also. There is something which you are simply researching, means you are reinventing, you are re-innovating, you are refining. So this will be the things on research if we just focus on that particular way. I think someone's microphone is on. I'm requesting the host to please be on mute to everyone. I'm requesting the host to please be on mute everyone. Is it done?
Yes, sir. Please start.
All right. All right. Thank you. So we were in research. Basically, research is a process of systematic inquiry that entails collections of data, documentation of critical information and analysis, and interpretation of that data or information in accordance with suitable methodology set by specific professional fields and academic disciplines. So this is the very lightweight meaning of research. Okay. So it will be an inquiry, of course. There will be a statement. Say, for example, if we say any random topic regarding research, if you see that, all right. Say, for example, we can see there are so many vehicles in a GT road or in a highway, very busy highway. You are thinking that this road is very much busy, so almost all the vehicles will be in a very, very high speed. Now you want to measure the vehicle's speed or to detect the vehicle's speed, and you need to identify that which vehicle or which vehicles are exceeding the speed limit. Suppose this is your idea, that you need to do something through which you can measure a speed of a vehicle. This is also there practically in metro cities, of course. You could be easily finding out the things are already there. But suppose forget about that. For the time being, just consider that this is not existing. Okay. This kind of system is not existing at this point of time. You thought about that. So this is the statement, this is the idea you have. And now what you need to do is you need to make a prototype for that. Okay, what do you mean by prototype? Prototype is something which will be a base model for something. Okay, a base model of something. If I tell you in more lighter way, okay, then you can say that suppose you are in a kitchen for the very first time. So there will be hardly someone who would expect a very good flavored and tasted prepared foolproof dish from you, because you are a very beginner. But you have an idea that, okay, I have something to cook, and I have something to implement. So this is the idea that you have. This is the actual purpose if you have. This is the ultimate goal you have. Now what you need to do, you need to search that inquiry. You need to inquire that statement. You need to search that statement. But if you are not satisfied with the answer, then what you need to do, you need to re-inquire that. So that is something you are doing research. Okay, re means the repetition, re means the recurrency, one after another, one after another, one after another. You are searching and searching and searching. So why you are doing so? Because the existing idea would be there in a better way, in an advanced way, in a more quality deliberation. Say, for example, you guys are having app updates in your mobile, I guess. So why these updations are there? Because they are also doing some kind of research to make it more developed, to make it more enhanced, to make it more advanced, and to make it more visible to the users. So what exactly they are doing? They are also planning to do something. They are also researching on that existing system or the existing platform, of course, because if you're not doing research on a particular topic, then you will not find the gaps on it. And that's the ultimate purpose of research that we'll be discussing in the very next slide, next to next slide. But this is the ultimate idea or picturization of research. It's a systematic inquiry. So what includes it? That entails collection of data. Of course, you should have a data. Say, for example, in mathematics, there are 4 variables. You have to find out the value of any one of the variables. So what will be your foremost criteria? Rest 3 variables value should be there. Otherwise, you will not be able to find out the 4th variable, the value of 4th variable. So to find out that 4th variable's value, rest 3 values or rest 3 variables values will be the data, will be the information to you. Yeah. So it will be a collection of data, documentation of critical information. Of course, this is one of the biggest point that I would like to address. Documentation of critical information is very important in research. Documentation means whenever you are getting something more informative, whenever you are getting such information that might be act as a key point for your particular topic of research, you need to simply write it down. You need to simply write it down. Okay. Say, for example, as I already told you about the example of kitchen, just get back to that scenario. You are in the kitchen. You are making a food. You're preparing a dish. At that time, you suddenly got an information or you suddenly recalled an information that whenever you are giving the heat to that particular dish, it should not be in a high flame. It should be either medium or low flame. So this is a rule. This is an information, you could say, that you have an information whenever you are cooking something, it should not be in a high flame, either medium or low flame. Fine. So what you need to do is you need to simply keep that in mind. Means you have already written that information in your mind. So there must be somewhere where you need to store. You need to make a documentation. Documentation doesn't mean every time writing on the pen and paper. Okay. Sometimes in our childhood, I think most of us are familiar with Aesop's fable. We kept all those morals in our mind. So that was also a kind of documentation. We wrote this in our mind, in our brain. That was a critical information. That was a very informative thing that might be acting as a key point in near future. So that is the kind of documentation. Okay. And analysis and interpretation. So what we did, we inquired, we collected the data, we made a documentation regarding the critical informations. Now it's time to analyze and interpret of that information. So what do you mean by interpretation? Interpretation is something that is a translation. Okay. Interpretation means a translation. Like what I am saying as of now, say for example, this live or this meeting, I'm sharing something to you all. Whoever is understanding means my language or my idea or my purpose is actually getting interpreted to them in a more easy manner. Okay, in an easier way. So that they are actually interpreting or translating the information, like what exactly I'm trying to say, what exactly I am delivering, or what exactly the point that I am asking for or looking for, or I'm trying to make you float to that direction. So this is something that we need to do. This is the interpretation, and then analysis. So what analysis do? Analysis do such things where we are making an amalgamation or making a mixture of our thought with the theory or with the pre-collected information. We have already such informations as we documented, as we interpreted, as we collected. Now it's time to analyze. Let's take a live example of it. Suppose you are in a classroom, in your classroom. Teacher is giving a lecture to you guys. Now you are making the notes. So this is the collection of data and documentation of critical information. Now what you need to do, you need to read that documentation, you need to read that note, copy what you have already written in the class today. After coming back to your home, you will definitely read it. Now after reading, you need to understand that. You need to recall that what sir or ma'am said in the class and what the note is saying at that point of time. So you need to analyze, you need to think, you need to reconvinced in that particular area. Okay. So this is the analysis and interpretation of the data or information. Now, what I actually described here, that is the pillars, like what to do. Okay, these are the answers of what to do. You need to collect, you need to make a documentation, you need to interpret, you need to analyze, means what to do. Now, how to do. The next question will be, of course, how to do, because I know what to do, but I don't know how to do. Say, for example, you know that you have to join a Google Meet today. This is an answer. So what to do? Means I need to join the Google Meet. But if you don't know the procedure, then of course you will ask your partner or your classmate or the meeting host or whoever, so that, okay, how could we join the meeting? Because I know the destination, but I don't know the way. I know the destination where I need to go, but I don't know the path, I don't know the road, I don't know the route, that how or where I need to go. So this is how to do. The answer will be in accordance with suitable methodologies set by specific professional fields and academic disciplines. Means you need to follow a suitable methodology. You need to follow a suitable methodology, means a specific pathway which has already been set by specific professional fields, means where in the professionals or well in the industry, how they're working, there is a rule, there is a regulation, there is a specific pathway in the professional sector. You need to follow that. And academic disciplines, of course, before going to the industry, you have an academics. So the academic disciplines are also equally important to make it happen. So in both the sectors, in academics and the professional, means from where you need to gather the knowledge and from where you need to apply the knowledge. Both the sectors. You're in the middle, of course. In actually, you're in the middle. You need to collect the information from academics, and then you need to apply those information, apply those knowledge, apply those ideas into the industry. So you need to be very, very confirmed and habituated, or rather I would say familiar with the academic as well as the professional fields discipline also. All right. So this is research all about. I'm giving you 30 seconds to 1 minute to see this slide, and if necessary, then you can take any notes. Okay, I'm giving you 1 minute. All right, I think we are done with the slides. So let me get forward to the next slide. Now you know about research. As of now, I guess you know or you have at least a bit of concept about research. Now let's come to the actual purpose for which we are doing this meeting. So what is research paper? So research paper is a piece of academic writing that provides analysis, interpretation, and argument based on in-depth independent research. Now, let me come to that first sentence through which or saying which I started this presentation. Research paper and thesis paper. There is a very big difference. Don't get confused amongst these two. Research paper, if you could see my slide, then in the very first line you could see that a research paper is a piece of academic writing. As I already said, that whenever you are doing any kind of research in your master degree level without having a PhD degree or without enrolling yourself in PhD, that will be a research paper. But if you have enrolled in PhD and if you are doing research on that particular time, on that particular field, then it will be a thesis paper. Be very clear with this difference. Whenever you are in academics, you are doing a course, if you are doing a degree level course, because that is not only a degree, that will be a course as well. Say for example, if you are doing BTech in CSE, or if you are doing Bachelor of Computer Application, this is something through which you are getting a degree also, and this is a course, because after that you will be offered a job from different kind of companies in the industry. So this is something that is degree course. But whenever you are enrolling PhD, whenever you are enrolling for a PhD, there is absolutely no time. It will provide you the degree only, not any kind of campus drives, not any kind of industry expo, like direct industry job exposure or something like that. So that will be only a degree, not a course. Okay. So whenever you are in the master degree, you are going through your master degree, and at that point of time, you decided to do a research on a particular topic, and that will be your research paper, because you are not in a PhD enrolled person, or you are not doing that work like research work for your thesis or for your PhD purpose. So that will be a research paper for you. Okay. So this is a differentiation between the research paper and thesis paper. Now coming back to the original topic that you can see in the slide, there is a research paper. It's a piece of academic writing, okay, that provides analysis, interpretation, and argument based on in-depth independent research. So you know what is research, you know what is analysis, interpretation, and all. So let's take an example. If you see a recipe book, just get back to the kitchen example. If you are seeing a recipe book, in recipe book, what exactly in commonly we can found? That is the ingredients or the components which you need to prepare a particular dish, and then the procedure, like how to cook it. Okay, suppose you are preparing butter chicken. So you need chicken, you need butter, you need onion, you need ginger garlic paste, you need chili, red chili, green chili, some other kind of spices, oil, okay, whatever. This will be the ingredients. And now coming to the procedure, like first you need to take the chicken, you need to marinate the chicken by something, then you need to keep it for few time, then you need to prepare the dish, like cook it, okay, then you need to boil it, whatever the process is. So this is the method actually, okay? And all the methods written over there will be, of course, as per the rule of cooking, right? That I already told you. Say, for example, you can't add the salt above 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon, because according to the rule of cooking, if you are adding much salt, the whole dish will be too much salty, and too much salty things cannot be eaten by a human being. So this is a rule, this is a critical information, you already kept it in mind. So following that information with a very, very logical way, it has been written over there that you need to pour only 1 teaspoonful salt on that preparation. So this is the ultimate way out, this is the method. So all the analysis, all the interpretation, all the arguments will be based on in-depth independent research. Why independent research? Because this reinvention or researching will be done by you only. Because you find out the gap, you find out the lack, and now you are working on that particular lack. So that will be, of course, independent, because all the ideas or all the methods are coming from your end, from your brain, from your efforts. So for that reason, research paper will be an independent work, and of course in depth, because research is not something that will evaporate. It will not belong into an evaporation layer. It will be coming from the core level. You need to dip down, you need to dive, you need to immerse to the core level of the topic. Only then you will get to know from top to the bottom, from one extreme to another, and then only you will be able to find out something. Say, for example, you are judging an incident. You need to hear from both the parties, who complained and for whom he complained. So both the parties will be in front of you, and you need to judge that particular matter on the basis of the whole incident. So first and the foremost task will be just asking the incident, that what exactly happened, just tell me from beginning. That will be your common answer, that will be your common query. It means you want to know the whole incident in depth. So this is the concept of in-depth independent research. Like, you need to go as far as possible to the depth. Okay, so this is the all about the research paper. What is research paper? If you have any questions, you can make a note, and if you have to take a notes, you can take that. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So going forward to the next slide. This is showing that need of writing a research paper. Okay. What is the purpose? If I ask you at this point of time that, okay, you guys are joining here, you guys have already joined this meeting. So what is the exact purpose? Like, why you guys have joined this meeting? Okay. There must be some purpose, of course. Now, this is the answer, that why you should do a research paper, why you should generate a research paper. Okay. So here some points are mentioned. So research is conducted to evaluate the validity of a hypothesis or an interpretive framework. Next point, to assemble a body of substantive knowledge and findings for sharing them in appropriate manner. And last point, to help generate questions for further inquiries. So the baseline of research, or the base, the base way of research is inquiry. The base word of research is inquiry, because without inquiry you couldn't do something in research. So whenever evaluation is done, evaluate the validity of a hypothesis or an interpretive framework, which means you have a hypothetical idea. As I said, that whenever you are considering that, okay, these vehicles are going in a very high velocity and they're accelerating the speed and eventually they're exceeding the speed limit. But you have a hypothetical idea that, all right, if I could do something, or if I could generate something through which I can easily measure the speed of the vehicle, I can easily detect the vehicle which is going in a very high acceleration. So it will be very easy to control the speed in critical areas and even in the busy roads as well. So this is your idea. So you simply need to do a framework for it. And that will be the hypothesis. Hypothesis means, what do you mean by hypothesis? Hypothesis means this is not an authentic rule. The difference between rule and hypothesis is, rule is something which is proven, which is simply written in the golden words that you have to have something, you have to do something, or simply like that. If this is happening, then eventually that will happen. Okay. So for example, the sun rises in the east. This is the rule. But there were some time in before, there was an era where we used to think that, okay, there is someone in the space who is simply swallowing the sun and the moon. This was a hypothesis, but this was actually not correct. Then it became a myth. So hypothesis is something which is in the middle of myth and rule. This is not proven, and even you cannot deny that. This is hypothesis. If you can prove that, then it will be a rule. And if you cannot prove that, it will be still a hypothesis. Because you can deny a myth, but you cannot deny a hypothesis, because hypothesis is something which you can not say a proper rule, but you cannot even deny. So now this will be your topic. Like this kind of things will be your topic. And you need to evaluate the validity of that topic. Like, is it valid or not? And if it is valid, then to some extent, like how much is the level of extension that it is valid? What is the extension limit of that valid? And that will be, of course, an interpretive framework. Because you need to see the hypothesis, you need to re-inquire the hypothesis, and then you need to generate a result from there. So this is the evaluate the validity of a hypothesis or an interpretive framework. Next, to assemble a body of substantive knowledge. Substantive knowledge means this is not the proper knowledge. As I said, that this is a hypothesis, so you cannot say this a proper thing, but you cannot deny that also. So you need to collect the points and then assemble those substantive knowledge. Okay. Say for example, if I ask you that, okay, just get back to the kitchen example. If I ask you that, okay, if I pour 2 tablespoons salt or 3 tablespoons salt into the chicken, then what would happen? The simple answer will be, sir, it will be too much salty and it will no more edible for us. But if I ask you, okay, why? You will say me, sir, because it is salty. Again, I'm asking, why salty? Why this is not edible? That will be like, there will be no answer. Because the taste of salt is salty. That much you can ask, or that much you can say. But you cannot say that, okay, why salty is salty? There is simply no answer. But you cannot deny also that salty is salty or salt is salty. Okay. So this is the substantive knowledge. Now you need to collect all such kind of points. You need to assemble those substantive knowledge and findings for sharing them in an appropriate manner. That's why I said about the recipe book. Like you have such kind of substantive knowledge. Like if you pour excess amount of chili, it will be simply very harmful for your health because it will not be edible. So this is a substantive knowledge. The salt one is also substantive knowledge. You need to assemble them. You need to collect all them and you need to pour or put this under the single umbrella. And then you need to share those informations to the chef in an appropriate manner, of course. So this is also you need to follow in a research paper. Now coming to the last point, that is to help generate questions for further inquiries. Say for example, always remember that in each and every research field, there must be something which you could find out as a lack. There must be something where you could find out a lack, that this is not there. This could be there, but this is not there. So that lack will be your upcoming topic of research. That lack will be your upcoming inquiry to help others to do a research. That lack will be the actual topic for any kind of researchers who are working on this field. Because at this point of time, whenever you will get indulged into research, you will simply work you will simply work with a problem. And why that problem occurred? Because in the previous solution, there was a lack, right? Say for example, on 2020, we all were completely habituated with such online level things, okay? But before that, we didn't even use that so much. And on that particular time, whenever we were doing the online classes, online meetings, online offices, then we realized a problem that students or the participants putting the cameras off, so the host will not be able to see who is actually listening or who is actually there and who is not. So this is a lack in each and every meet box. Say for example, as of now also, if some of the cameras are not on, so it's absolutely not possible for the host to get the point whether they are doing the session or not. They're listening the talks properly or not. So this is something that you can state as a lack of this Google Meet or this, I will not say Google Meet, I will not say any kind of name, but XYZ, any kind of meet box, okay? There is a system through which you can enable or disable the cameras. And this facility we are using as our own benefit, which simply producing a result where one is getting benefited and another is getting doubtful or any loss. So this is the gap. This is the lack of such kind of meet boxes or meeting apps, right? So here could be a topic of research that, okay, what we could do, or we can do something in such a manner so that we could detect such kind of participants, or we could prohibit such kind of things. We could make an obstacle for those unnecessary things. We could unleash the boundaries of it, okay? We could do that. So the further research is fully depending on the previous research, because from previous research we are finding out the gaps, and that will be our topic of further research, further inquiry. All right. So these are the needs of writing or generating the research paper. If you have any kind of query, just make a note. If you have any kind of like notes to take, you could take it. All right. So we are going through the next slide now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are the wings of research. Now, let me just tell you something, that up to this, we already knew about what is research, what is the purpose of research, what is research paper, okay, this kind of things. But now we are going to see the wings of research paper, like how many kinds of research paper are there or can be there. You could see, if you could see my mouse pointer, then the first one is conference. This is the conference paper. This is journal. This is letter. This is book chapter. This is patent. And this is author of book. And of course, so much more. So let me just give you a brief idea about each one. Conference paper is something where you need to build a prototype or build a presentation of your proposed system, and as well as you need to prepare your research documentation also. So except the paper, research paper is very common for all. Whatever is written over here, whatever is written in my screen, whatever you can see, for each and everything, for each and every category, the documentation, like the research paper, would be there. But for each category, the style of writing, the style of presentation, the protocols are very, very much different. This is actually not same with one another. So in conference, what you need to do, except writing the research paper, you need to even present. You need to even make a presentation and present all the things what you have done in front of a panel. Conference paper, you can communicate within 6 to 8 months. And the result also you will get within 3 to 4 months also. Okay. Now coming to the next, journal. Journal is something which is one of the toughest forms of research papers. Journal will give you one of the most prestigious recognitions in research world. If you can do a journal, of course it will take more than a year to get published, to get selected even, then publication will come. But if you have a journal, if you got an opportunity to crack a journal, then trust me, it will be one of your most prestigious recognitions, or most prestigious feather on your crown. Because journal is something which has simply no boundaries in research world. Now coming to the book chapter. Say for example, you have a book of digital electronics. I think for CSC BTech and BCA both are habituated or familiar with this term, digital electronics. So you have a book on digital electronics, and in that particular book you are getting different kind of chapters, like logic gates, like Boolean algebra, like registers, counters, flip-flops, and so on. So there will be a book on a specific topic. Of course, the topic will be a very broad spectrum topic, so that so many kind of subtopics could be added and that's how a book will get prepared. So there will be a book on a specific topic, and you can contribute that particular book by writing a whole chapter in it. It will also be judged. It will also be, what I say, evaluated, and then you will get the selection or rejection. Coming to the next, that is letter publication. Letter is also one of the most prestigious thing. Even it is such prestigious thing that, say for example, there are 10 researchers. You can assume that 9 out of 10 have journals, but only 1 or 2 out of them could have letter publications, because this is such a tough thing. Conference, journal, book chapters can be lengthy, but letter could be as short as possible. And there are some other rules also. So letter is one of the toughest, but one of the prestigious feathers in research crown. Coming to the next, that is patent. I think you guys are habituated with this term, patent. Patent is something where you need to do a research on a very new topic which nobody has been introduced or nobody has been done still now. You need to do a research on it. You need to make a prototype, of course, a successful prototype, and then you need to send for evaluation. And if your evaluation got successful, and after evaluation, if you got the chance, then it will be a sole patent. It will be a sole technology invented and introduced by you in front of the world. That is patent. And next, author of book. I already told about the book chapter, where you were contributing that particular book by giving a chapter or by writing a chapter. In this case, you will be the whole writer, whole verifier, whole editor of a book. You could even publish it. Of course, that will be evaluated, and then if it gets selected, you will be a sole author of a book. And of course, so much more fields were there. Okay, so these are the wings, these are the parts, several parts of research paper I discussed, or several types of research papers I discussed with you. You can take the notes or point out the doubts.
Any doubts, students?
All right, we will receive the doubts and the questionnaires later on. So going forward to the next slide.
If any doubts, students, please write on the chat box.
Now we are getting indulged into the very core part of research, like how to write a complete research paper or how to write a good research paper. Now the answer I am going to give. From here, it will be the core areas of research. Okay, in any kind of research paper, these components, as you could see in my screen, the 7 points, this should be there: an abstract, an introduction, a literature review, a methodology, a result analysis, conclusion, and reference. The 7 points should be there, and this will be the core points. This will be the backbones. This will be the pillars of any kind of research paper. These 7 points should be there. All right, so just make a notes of it, that this 7 points should be there. Now, how you could write, what does it mean, how it works, I will go forward. So these are the components of research papers. Okay. Now, before going forward, let me just tell you that in any kind of research, you need 4 ideas. Number 1, you have to have an idea of writing. Number 2, you have to have an idea of making a prototype through code. Number 3, you have to have an idea of mathematical calculations. And last, number 4, you have to have an idea regarding designing, or what I say, decorating the paper. Okay. These 4 things, or these 4 kind of ideas, you need to tick before sitting to make a research paper. Now, if you are doing a research paper solely, then all these 4 pillars should be within you. If you are not doing it solely, you have some group members, depending on the criterias of the organization, who are calling for your research papers. If you have a team of 2, 3, 4, 5 members, you should have these particular qualities on that particular team members. Not in everyone, but at least these 4 qualities should be there in 4 persons at least. Okay, or 3 persons at least. These 4 qualities should be there to make a foolproof research paper. All right. Now, I could see that some questions are arising into the chat box. Participants, I am again saying you to please write it down in the chat box. I will definitely attend. You could write, no problem. You could write, but as of now, I would not be able to give your answers because it will simply break the flow of it. Whenever you are getting any kind of doubts, just write it on the chat box or write it in your pen paper where you are getting the notes and the doubts. I will definitely come after the presentation to clarify each and every doubts of yours. Okay, keep writing and keep listening. Thank you. Now, coming to the first point, that is abstract. What do you mean by abstract? Abstract means it's a nutshell topic. Okay, it is the topic in a nutshell. Very small introduction, very small overview, very small picture of the whole thing. Okay, let's take a live example. Suppose you missed a cricket match. Okay, you missed a cricket match. You are seeing the highlights. So to you, that will be an abstract. Or suppose you are going to see a cricket match, and before that, you are seeing the strategies, you are seeing the pitch report, you are seeing the toss, you are seeing the field. This will be an abstract for you. What does it mean? The topic is cricket match, and the abstract will be, okay, the abstract will be the teams, like which are the 2 teams who are going to play, where this cricket match is happening. First of all, it will be a cricket match, of course, not a football or not a hockey match. There will be a toss. There will be a pitch report. Okay, so this is the condition of the pitch. So it will produce an overall idea, an overall scenario of the whole cricket match, regarding through the pitch report, through the toss, through the team informations. Before starting the game, you could see the team members, you could see the players, if there is any change or not. Okay, so these are some points which will act as an abstract before the cricket match. So in research paper also, abstract is something which produces an overview. Okay, as you could see or read out from the slide, That abstract is an overview of a thesis or a research paper where a small but clear idea of a project or paper to be given by the authors. Like, say for example, as I told you, that you have an idea to make a speed detection system. So in abstract, what you need to write, that okay, I have an idea that this is the system that I would like to make. What is the purpose of it? Because I saw, or you could see, that reckless drivers are there in the streets or in the highways for whom there might be an accident occurs. So if we could detect the speed, or if we could detect the speed limit, whoever is exceeding, we could put a check on it. So this is the problem. This is my idea to solve that problem, and to solve, this is my proposed system. So this is the whole idea on which you are going to talk, on which you are going to present the prototype, on which you are going to write the paper. So this is abstract. Okay. Now coming to the next point, sometimes it acts as a parameter of a project acceptance or rejection. Okay. I'm coming to this particular point a bit later. Let me explain the third point first. Ideas should be crystal clear while presenting. As I already said, in abstract, it will be very much clear. Okay, it will be very much clear. Say for example, an unknown person came in front of your door, in your home, in front of your door. You opened the door, or you opened the window, and you will of course ask that person that who are you? That person will reply. Then you will ask why you came here, or what's the purpose of your coming. That person will say the purpose. Then what will you do? You will simply open the door? Of course not. You need to judge that whether this purpose is suitable for you or not, whether this purpose is actually safe or not, whether you actually have this purpose even or not. Then you will open the door. Means you simply judge the abstract. That person presented an abstract in front of you, that who is he and what is the purpose of coming, and finally he is asking, or he is seeking for a permission to get inside in your home. Now it's you who have to judge that whether this purpose is feasible for you or not, whether this purpose is a need of yours or not, and then you will accept or reject that purpose. Okay, whether you you will say any one point, either yes, please come in, or no, I'm not interested. So seeing the abstract, you are also accepting and rejecting the whole topic in real life. Exactly the same thing is applicable in practical field of research also. If the idea is not crystal clear, or if the idea is not relevant, your abstract of the project may get selected or rejected. That's what my second point. Sometimes it acts as a parameter of a project acceptance or rejection. Whenever you will send any paper for evaluation, that authority or that organization first ask about your abstract. You need to send the abstract of your project first, not the whole paper. You need to send the abstract first. They will judge the abstract, they will evaluate that, they will experiment, they will check the parameters of there, whether this is matching, whether this is satisfying their parameters or not. If yes, then only you will get the license, then you will get the way, then you will get the permission to carry forward your research. Otherwise, your research paper will simply not for use, because abstract is something which is absolutely necessary and essential for all of them who are evaluating. First, they will see the abstract. You will be asked to send the abstract. You have to send it. They will read it, they will check it, they will evaluate. If they found it okay, then they will reply that, okay, you are eligible to do this research with us. Then you need to start the work, or then you will be able, or you'll be licensed, you will be permitted, you'll get the gate pass to do and send the research to the evaluators or to the organizers. All right. So this is what abstract is, and this is what abstract does. I'm giving you 1 minute. Just take the notes and write the doubts. All right. We are moving forward to the next slide. Coming to the introduction part. Here,
Yes, sir.
what introduction does. Introduction, as you all know, that is the very primary overview. Say, for example, when you guys will be seniors in your college, of course, you will ask your juniors to give an intro. Okay. The quote unquote term is intro, which you guys use. So what does it mean? This will be a primary overview, the very basic things that you need to know about a person, about a topic, whatever it is. Okay. Say, for example, you are trying a very new dish in your life. You will ask the chef in the restaurant that, okay, chef, what is it? The chef will say you that, okay, the name of the dish is this. And then you will eventually ask that how you made it. Okay, what are the compositions? The chef will say you that this is a dish made of this, blah, blah, blah. This will help you for your health. Okay, this is very healthy. It will help you through this, and this, and if you taste it, the taste is also so good, like this. Okay. So that will be a very small introduction of a dish, of a preparation. Similarly, whenever you are writing a research paper, after abstract, say for example, your abstract got selected by the authority. So now, whenever you are writing the research paper, the very first point, the very first thing that you need to write on the paper is introduction. Introduction of the topic. The primary overview of the project that includes purpose or objective also. Okay. Now you may ask me that, sir, isn't it looking so similar with the abstract? Because there also we gave an overview. Here also we are giving the overview. You might be asking me. Now let me tell you something. Abstract will be simply of 50 words. Now, if we come to the introduction, it will be at least of 250 words. So you could easily understand that how you need to write the abstract and how you need to write the introduction. Okay. Abstract is something where you need to make a very, very small nutshell of the topic. But in introduction, that will be not as smaller as abstract and not even larger as the main body of the project. It will be very brief, very crisp. Of course, there should not be any unnecessary information or any excess information, and it has to be crystal clear and crisp. So the primary overview of the project that includes the purpose or objective has to be crystal clear. Proper cause of research should be mentioned clearly. That's what the objective says. A normal weightage should be carried out. What do you mean by weightage over here? Weightage means the mood of the introduction. Say, for example, you are writing the introduction in a very light mood where you simply reveal the whole purpose, you simply reveal the whole idea. There is no suspense, there is no query, there is no interest, because everything, every main points you already mentioned over there. That should not be. Okay. It will be something which can be acting as an intrinsic flavor as an intrinsic factor, as a catalyst for a suspense, for an interest, so that it would be a proper introduction of the topic, so that the other side person will look for the actual thing that you are going to present just after that. That's how you need to introduce. And secondly, weightage means the weightage of words. As I said, that as per the rule of that particular authority, you need to write the introduction, but at least it has to be of 250 words to 300 words. At least. Introduction could not be lesser than that. Okay? So normal weightage should be there. And now the proper proposal declaration should be mentioned. Proposal declaration means how you can declare the proposals. Say for example, you are doing a work and you are proposing a system which can be a solution of that particular problem. Now, the solution should not be revealed totally, but you need to include or introduce an overview of the proper proposal solution. Okay. Say for example, you are sitting in front of a desk and asking to a doctor, the doctor, I am having skin rashes for summer. This is my problem, and probable cause of that problem is because of summer, as you said. So what should I use to make myself protective? So the doctor will say that, of course, this is happening because of summer. So you got a confirmation regarding your problem and the cause of your problem. Then the doctor will eventually say that I'm giving you a powder and a lotion which will make you hydrated, which will make you protected from the like bacteria. It will control the sweat and it will make you cool. So you will not face the difficulties. So what did you see? What did you observe? The doctor didn't reveal the name of the medicine. The doctor didn't reveal the composition of the medicine. The doctor didn't reveal how to use the medicine as of now. But he introduced the benefits, means the proposal that why should I use that? What is the exact benefit that we can get from that particular product? So such kind, like similarly, in such kind, you need to write about the proposal or the proposed system as well. Okay. So these are the parts of introduction, how you need to write and what you need to write. I think you took the points and took the doubts as well. Moving forward, literature review. Another very, very much important point. Literature review is something where we need to review the previous works on the topic to be researched. One of the most important and crucial parts where things to be observed very minutely. It carries the actual aim of your research. Okay. Literature review means, say for example, you are making a project. So first you need to see that on which particular area you are doing the research. Has it been researched before? Has it been researched before or not? In that particular work, in that particular work area or in that particular topic, is there any previous research work? Is there any previous proposed solution which I am planning for? Otherwise, it might get similar. And if it is there, then what exactly the lack in that solution as well? What is the cause? But what is the actual solution? Is there any lack? So what you need to do is you need to research on that. Okay. Say for example, you are going to make a film on the basis of Indus Valley civilization. What you need to do? You need to view or you need to read so many history books of renowned authors. You need to observe some historical documentary films. You need to even see from internet that what are the some extra details regarding that. You need to see all the pictures that historians and researchers got. So these are the tasks of literature review, what you are doing at present. Before making that film, you are doing a research on that particular topic itself first. So that kind of research is called the literature review, what you need to do. Okay? And it will be one of the most important and
Laura le lo na mera.
okay. What kind of interruptions are there?
Please start, sir.
So now coming forward, that what is the exact thing that would have been done over here. So in literature review, you need to write on that particular things for a movie. Okay. And in literature review also, you need to write on this particular topic, that what exactly you reviewed, what exactly your research before doing independent research. Okay. Point to be noted, how these things will be carrying out. How these things will be carrying out. Number 1, 2, 3, these are the points as I have mentioned. Okay. This kind of points like 1, 2, 3 in this sequence, you need to write these things in your research paper same as it is. Okay. First abstract, second introduction, third literature review. Okay. In this particular sequence, you need to write also. Okay. Going forward to the next slide. Methodology. Now, from this particular point, you need to describe about your own research work. Okay. From this particular point, you need to describe about your own research work. Before that, you were introducing your project, you are making the literature review, you are forwarding this to the panel, to the evaluator, that what exactly research you have done before getting indulged, before getting started with this project. Now from methodology, this will solely come and talk about your particular research, your particular
Bhago.
Abir, I'm requesting you that please do the necessary, take the necessary steps to remove such kind of interruptions.
Okay.
To the panel, to the organizing team, I'm requesting to please take the necessary steps to do the things. And if possible, then just lock the meeting room. It will be beneficial for all. All right, sorry for the interruption. Now, methodology describes what, when, where, and how to apply the idea on a proposed system. It carries the blueprint of a research procedure. Okay. Say, for example, if I ask you that what's the problem, you will say, now, if I ask you, okay, what's your solution? Then also you will say that, okay, sir, this is the solution I'm thinking about. If I get the interest on it, then eventually I will ask, okay, seems very interesting. So what is the process? Like, how will you do that? How will you carry forward? So this is the thing you could ask. And the answer will be the methodology. It carries the blueprint, it carries the full frame, it carries the full map of your proposed system, okay? According to which the further proceedings will happen. This will be the whole plan, the overall plan. And it will be, of course, the backbone of your project, because you are going to give a solution with this methodology only. You are going to give a solution of this problem with that methodology only. Okay. Is my screen is not visible? Abir, is my screen is not visible?
Yes, no, it's not visible because of we locked the meeting. So please share, sir. Repeat.
I think I need to reshare, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. It's fine. I think now it's visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, what we were doing, that is the backbone of the project. Okay, the backbone of your project will be the methodology, because through which you will be going to explain the evaluator that what is your proposed system, what is your idea, and how will you carry out the full proof plan. Okay, it holds the entire proposal of the research work, of course, and the entire project plan to be described in this section. Whenever you are writing the methodology section, there will be, of course, a diagram, there will be, of course, a plan diagram, and the entire project planning in a written format. It has to be there. Okay, coming to the next point or next section, that is result analysis. Before getting started with this point, let me tell you one more point, that is, up to methodology, 50% of your project is done. So abstract, introduction, and methodology. Abstract, introduction, literature review, and methodology. These 4 points will cover 50% of your project documentation. And result analysis will cover rest 50%. Only one single point will cover the rest 50% points or 50% area of your project documentation. So I think this area will automatically describe, and you got to know that how difficult it is or how vast it is. Result analysis comprises the actual execution of your project, where you need to write that after getting the proposed system, after implementing the proposed system, what exactly the result you got, on which you are writing over here. Okay, say for example, if the patient used the lotion, used the powder, and then again came to the doctor will ask eventually, okay, how do you feel now? What is the result? What is your feedback regarding this? Then the patient will simply say that, okay, doctor, I tried this in this particular way, as you said, I'm feeling so good now, my rashes got absorbed, now I'm free from all the discomforts. Okay, so this is the feedback to the doctor, this is the review, and this is the feedback to the doctor. Now, after applying the solution, what result is coming, that will be your result analysis. And the result analysis holds the explanation of your result also. Like, after applying the proposed system, what you got, that is the result. Now you need to describe, you need to discuss, you need to elaborate the results with all of us. You need to describe the result with all the evaluators, that how you got the result and what does the result say. This is the result analysis. The entire execution of the blueprint, all the do's and don'ts will be mentioned over there. All the parameters, constraints, merits, and other necessary information should be there. So one single point will cover the execution, the result, how you got the result, how we can see the result.
सर मेरे को जेब छोड़ के भाग गई.
Okay, Abir, I think
Please.
with this interruption, this is getting difficult for me to continue the presentation. I'm very sorry to say, but I really don't know why these problems are occurring. But through this, if I continue, it is very much difficult for me to continue the further presentation. I'm requesting for one more time to the authority to please take care of these things. Otherwise, very sorry to say, I need to stop the presentation immediately. It will absolutely breaking the momentum for me as well as for the students who are actually eager to do so. I'm requesting the authority again. Please see the interruptions. Otherwise, I need to stop the presentation immediately.
Please start, sir.
So this was the result analysis, as I was saying, that the entire blueprint, entire execution, the do's and don'ts, like what you do, what you should do, what you should not do, and all the parameters. Like you can do, but in this particular parameter. You cannot do, but in this particular parameter. So the parameters, constraints, merits, and advantages, and other necessary information should also be there. All right. So these are the result analysis part that will hold the most of the part of your project at the time of rest documentation. All right. Now coming to the conclusion, make sure first that this is not the conclusion part of the entire presentation. Okay, this is the as you could see that I have pointed out point number 6. This will be the conclusion of your project. This will be conclusion of your project documentation, because you are writing a paper, you are writing the research paper, and at the end of the paper there must be a conclusion. So this is the conclusion of your research paper. Okay, it is the area where one has to summarize the entire idea for one more time, and of course conclusion denotes the end of a research paper. It will summarize the whole thesis objective, the whole paper objective. Okay, say for example, after a detailed news reporting, you could see in the television that they again show the highlights before cutting or before leaving the live session. Okay, this is the summarization only, nothing else. So summarizing the whole thesis object, if any specific point to mention to attract the attention of the audience, it can be there. You can include that in the conclusion. And of course, make sure about it that conclusion should not be so much lengthy, like the introduction, like the literature review, like the methodology, like the result analysis. It should not be so much lengthy. Okay, conclusion will also be simply a very small paragraph of at least 100 to 150 words. Okay, as you said in the abstract. Okay, abstract was of 50 words, it will be of course of 100 words. Okay, the parameters should be like that. Okay, now coming to the next slide, that is reference. One of the extremely important part, extremely important part of a research paper, reference. It shows the researcher's literature review amount. Say for example, whenever you are writing a project, in a normal project also, you could see that from where you are getting the helps, from where you are getting the data, that you have to mention. Say for example, you are mentioning a name of a Google site, a name of a particular web page, a name of a particular book with the author. You used to write these things at the end in the form of bibliography also. Okay, this is also known as bibliography. For a research paper, it is known as reference. Reference has a particular pattern. Okay, on that particular pattern you need to write, but it shows the researcher's review amount. Say for example, before doing the research, you have done surfing 50 papers, or you have read 50 papers on that particular topic. You have read 100 papers. You have seen 70 result analysis, 70 kind of proposed systems. on the same topic on which you are doing the research. You need to mention all of them at the end. Okay, you will get an idea about a reference if you click on Wikipedia. If you go to the Wikipedia regarding any particular topic, you will easily find out the last point was reference. Okay, on any topic, you just go into the Wikipedia. At the end point, at the very end, you could see there is a point called reference. And if you click on the reference, you could see some names of books, some names of site, or anything else that Wikipedia is mentioning, that from where it get the reference, it get the data, it get the source of information. Okay, source of idea. So that is also need to be mentioned here in your research paper as well. It will be some other papers of similar kind of purpose, but has to be relevant with the research topic, of course, on the thesis. Okay. Coming to the next point, must be mentioned serially, maintaining a specific rule of declaration. As I said, that there is a specific rule how to write a reference. Okay. And there must be a good number of reference to be given in the thesis. That should be remembered, that whenever you are doing a research paper, your reference should not be less than 15. Your reference or number of papers to be observed should not be less than 15 or 20. Okay, if you are maintaining 15 parameters, then it is good, not below 15. Okay, at least 15 research papers as a reference you have to give. All right. So with this point, reference, we are coming out from the research paper topic. Okay. Now, I would like to mention some important points to be remembered. This is very, very important key points that you have to remember. Number one, the most important point. Okay, the golden rule of research world. Plagiarism is strictly not allowed. What do you mean by plagiarism? I think some of you know the meaning. For those who don't know, let me discuss. Plagiarism means you cannot copy a single word from internet. You cannot copy a single word from any book. You cannot copy anything from anywhere. In short, you cannot copy anything from anywhere. Okay, not a single material should be copied from anywhere, whatever, from another research paper or from internet or from search engine, somewhere else, wherever. Okay, you can take the idea only. The diagram should be yours, solely yours. The maps should be solely yours. The charts, the graphs, the drawings, the method, the writing, everything should be solely yours. You cannot copy anything. If that will be treated as a... Okay, sorry for the interruption. Just make a note that if you find out any kind of plagiarism, and if the plagiarism parameter is more than 10 to 15%, make sure your paper will be absolutely rejected. If the evaluators find out the plagiarism level above 15% and above, okay, from 10% itself, they starting rejecting. Okay, they starts rejecting. And the 15% plagiarism is the ultimate one, where there will be the absolute chance of rejection, the full rejection of your paper. All right. So if you feel that you can copy, if you feel that you can simply take the piece from somewhere, my suggestion will be strictly avoid that. Number two, ornamentation thesis language. Okay, the language should not be simple like this. Okay. As you can see in my screen, that the language is like the weightage of English is very simple, or I am talking in a very simple language, like in a very simple English language. Okay. But research paper cannot be as simple as that. Your English writing should be highly developed. Okay. Say for example, just say for example, you are saying a sentence. This is an intentional work. Okay. The sentence is, this is an intentional work. This will be a simple sentence. But if you want to ornament, or if you want to articulate or make the standard of this sentence higher, what you need to write? An intentional task to be done, or a deliberate task to be done. You changed the word intentional, you replaced the word intentional with the word deliberate. Okay. So the words will be higher level, and the arrangement of the sentences, the arrangement, the flow of the sentence will be so ornamented. Research paper cannot be written in very simple language, in a very lightweight of English. Okay. Coming to the next point, diagrams, different types of maps and charts are compulsory. Okay. Research paper cannot be fully documented like a newspaper. Okay. Like a newspaper article, it cannot be only article, it cannot be only text documents. There has to be pictures, has to be diagrams, has to be charts, has to be graphs. Okay. Not each and everything, but at least most of the things. Okay. As per your need. And the last point, protocols of writing title, author's name, affiliations, references are different. Okay. How you need to write the title of the research paper, that is different. How you need to write the author's name, that is different. How you need to write the affiliation, that is different. How you need to write the references, that is different. Okay. So everything should be strictly followed. All the rules are different. Okay. You need to write the title in a passive way. You need to write the author's name in a particular sequence. Okay. That will be, of course, discussed later on. You need to write the affiliations. Affiliations means the designations, what exactly the authors are doing at present of their. Okay. As I said about the reference also, the reference should be there. Okay. And each and every rule should be strictly followed. Okay. These are some advantages of doing the research paper, because we are almost at the end of our presentation. It's a very obvious questions that what is the benefit of doing this? Okay. It will simply advance your career in a very higher manner. You will be recognized as a researcher. You will be contributing to the knowledge in science background or in scientific world. Your writing proficiency will get increased. Your research skill will get developed. Okay. You will be getting continuously and effective resources of learning. Your thinking skill, your critical thinking skills will get developed. As a result, your knowledge will get so much advanced. And last but not the least, you will be getting so much academic recognitions. A man who can do this only once at a time in PhD, you can do this for multiple times even in your master degree level. So the recognitions, more projects, more developed area, more reputed, recognized, higher level area, the recognition will be as per that. So your CV will get so much enhanced, your knowledge will be so much enhanced, your position will be so much enhanced. Finally, we are concluding the topic that, of course, research always enhances the knowledge in a broad spectrum. So it can reinvent one in a different way. It has the power to open new ways of opportunity. So one can enhance himself by knowledge, can achieve a milestone, and even can contribute his most valuable work onto the field of this reinvention. So this is all about research. Thank you so much for the session. Thank you so much for your time. Of course, do your own research, get indulged into this field. I wish you all the best to all of you. And thank you so much for participating. I'm giving a big thank to the organizer to arranging such good and interesting topics for our research and all. That's all from my part. Thank you so much. I'm
Thank
signing
you.
off.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you everyone for joining this session. Please, everyone, give the reviews in the chat box, please. Everyone, please give the reviews and thank to sir. Please on your microphone and thank to sir. I request to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for
You're
this
most welcome.
wonderful.
You're most welcome.
Thanks.
Now just let me just see that during presentation I found some of the questions. Okay, Pratyush Raj, you said that how the plagiarism is checked. Okay, plagiarism is being checked by a software basically. Okay, plagiarism is being checked by a software which only be accessible to the evaluators, where they are actually evaluating the papers. It is only accessible to the evaluators where if you are evaluated, then you will be accessing this software where they put the entire paper, and the software by default checks from top to the bottom that is there anything, any single thing that is very common or copied from somewhere else. If it is there, it will simply mention and mark that, okay, this is a plagued, this is plagued, this is plagued, 1%, 2%, 3%. This will happen gradually. And then, as I already said, that if they found a very good number of plagiarism, then your paper will be eventually rejected. Of course, is there any website or application for this? No, there is not a website. There is a very own software, very expensive and highly advanced software that is only be available to the top research evaluator agencies or top research evaluators rather, I would say. Okay, whoever is doing so. Okay. So before that, one point I need to mention, whoever will be your research guide, he or she is able to check the plagiarism through someone. Okay. So it's your responsibility, it's your duty to ask that whether you will be able to check the plagiarism or not. Okay, because it's our responsibility, the responsibility of researcher, the responsibility of the paper producer itself to check the plagiarism first. They will of course check, but as simple as that, like after exam, you eventually check the paper whether you have written everything right or not, whether the serial numbers are right or not, whether all the protocols have been maintained or not. So it is also your responsibility to check the plagiarism, whether is there any plag or not. First you check the plag report, then send this paper to the presenter. Okay, and your guide is able to check that. Okay, they usually have an access to do so. Okay. Is Wikipedia can be a reference or not in research paper? No, Wikipedia cannot be a research paper reference, because a research paper reference can only be another research paper on that particular topic or similar kind of topic. Okay, Wikipedia or any internet cannot be a reference for a research paper. Okay, make it confirm. Okay, Ritik Ghosh, I could see. How do you respond to criticisms that your methodology is flawed or biased? Okay, as far as I am getting the question, so my answer will be the criticism will not be in such kind that it is biased. Okay, because according to the problem, you are proposing a solution which is not being introduced before and which is not being introduced by anyone else. So there should not be any chance of biasness, because biasness comes on that particular case where you have two choices, where you have two options, okay, and among them one is your preference. So biasness is something where when you just tilt on the preferred one. But this is the one and only proposed system on that particular lag which you are presenting. So particular way, okay, different or in some different way, okay. All right. Can you explain the contradictory findings between your study and previous research on the same topic? Okay. Basically, as I said, let's say, for example, as I could see that some of you are on camera or some of you are off camera. Okay, no problem. But I want everyone to be visible, suppose in this particular case. So what I can do in this particular case, this is a lack for me. As a researcher, this is a lack for me, that I couldn't see each and every one of you, which is exactly hampering my purpose. So my proposed system can be that I will make such a device where I will simply not give the permission to the guests to on or off the microphone, or to on or off the camera, so that they will only could access the microphone but not the camera. So what will be the conclusion? The camera will be by default on for everyone. So that will be that will be a solution of this problem. Because if you are simply not able to put on or off your camera, then by default the camera will be on throughout the session. And that's what my purpose was, that I would like to see each and every one of you, whether you are in a right position, whether you are listening or not, whether you are attentive or not. And for this I need to see the faces of yours. So this is the ultimate idea what you can apply. And on this you just start researching, that is it already happened, or is there any kind of system already present in the market or into the industry? If yes, then have a look on it, and then try to find out what exactly the lack over there. Then it will be the topic of your research paper. Okay, this is the contradictory findings study and the previous research. As I said, that just look at the previous research. Okay, is this already invented? Is this already introduced or not? If yes, then have a look onto the system and then try to find out what is the exact lack over there. So that will be your literature review. You need to mention that this is the lack, and in the methodology, this is the proposed solution. This has to be mentioned. Okay. All right. As of now, I cannot see any questions into the chat box. So if anyone have any kind of question, first raise your hand, then put on your microphone, and you can ask me. I could see 13 participants except me, 12 participants are here. If anyone have any kind of question, first raise your hand and then put your microphone on, and you can ask me. The session is now open for any question and answer. Actually, this is the time of interaction. As I said that it will be an interactive session. Actually, this is the time of doing the interaction, because you got the idea, you got the overall framework regarding a particular topic. So now this will be easier and relevant to interact with any one of you. If you have any kind of question, raise
Any
your hand.
questions? Any questions? History? Minmoy? Ayub sir? Ovik? Shubham? Protush? Any question?
No, sir, no question.
Till now, no,
question.
Srishti. All right, that's good to see.
Ovik? Any doubt?
Good to see. Sounds good.
Ritik Ghosh? Any doubt?
Thank you so much. Appreciating.
Ayub sir, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Shreya?
Sir,
No questions from my side.
Okay. Thank you, Shreya. Yes, Pratyush. Can you please be on your
sir, sir, actually there is no light present due to rainfall,
all
so
right,
I
all
cannot.
right, all right, all right. No, not a problem.
My
Yeah, tell
question,
me.
my question is that if there exists an already research paper and I am going through it and I found some modification in it, then what should I do the needful modifications?
Okay. First of all, just let me know that are you comfortable in discussing in English, or you would like to switch in any other language?
No, no, comfortable in English.
Comfortable. Okay. So just make me paraphrase the question for one more time. That you are asking, if there is already something in that particular field, so what will you do
Yeah,
as a
there,
solution, right?
if there is an already a research paper published in particular field and I am going through it, so I found some modification in it. So what are the steps I should take to do the needful modifications?
Yeah, you can easily do that, because that modification will be the lack of that particular paper, right? As I said,
Yes,
that on that particular topic, that will be your research topic itself. Okay, that will be a research topic itself, but yes, that should be relevant. That should be a relevant problem, of course. Okay, that should be a relevant problem, because regarding choosing a topic, you need to be very much choosy, you need to be very much intellectual. Okay, the topic should be relevant. If you find out a lack, and if you think that okay, simply that will be a topic of my research, it doesn't work every time, dear. Okay, you need to be very relevant with the particular topic, and that's why whenever you are attending the research papers, now whenever you are attending any kind of conference paper, mostly you have to do the conferences first, because journal, letter, book chapter, this will come so much later on. The first and the foremost part that you could do in the very first step as a researcher is you need to do the conference papers. And in conference papers, what actually happens, you need to be do the research on the particular topic what they will provide. Okay, I gave you the generalized idea that how they choose the topic, or how one could choose the topic of research. But whenever you are practically doing a research, they will provide you the topic. Okay, they will provide you the topic, they will provide rather an overall topic. Okay, say for example, they will say you, okay, Pratyush, you need to make a spicy preparation of chicken, not healthy, not boiled. Okay, I'm just mentioning the category, that's why. You need to make a spicy preparation of chicken. So you got two things: number one, chicken, and number two, it will be spicy. So now it's your responsibility to find out that okay, how can I do something, or what can I exactly do so that it will cover both the points. It has to be chicken also, it has to be spicy as well. So Your idea will be how I can do, or what we can do with these two things so that it can merge. It can come under the single umbrella. Then that will be the title or the topic of your research. Clear with the answer?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Yes. Anyone else? Obi Bhomik. Yes. Be on your microphone.
Sir, is there any specific format or standardized format for writing the research paper?
Yes, of course. It depends on the organization also. Okay. But as I said, that the format will be simply from abstract to introduction, abstract to reference, the sequence I already mentioned. Regarding the naming, the title, the reference, the author's name, the affiliation, you could easily find out in any of the research papers. Okay. You can see a research paper regarding that. In internet, it's available. You need to see a research paper where you could simply see how they wrote the title, how they wrote the affiliations of the authors, how they wrote the names in a proper sequence, how they wrote the references. Okay. For that, you need to visit a sample research paper. It's available into the internet. You need to go and surf a research paper. You will get the exact idea about it. Okay. Say, for example, let me tell you some more information regarding this. Suppose you are 3 group members and you are doing a research paper. There will be a particular sequence of it. Suppose the affiliation, you are studying, your group member is working, and another group member is your research guide, because he or she will also be a member. Okay. So the affiliations will be first the student, then the working one, then the like guide. Okay. I'm giving just an example of it. Okay. You could see the format. You can easily see the format in the research paper and in reference also. Okay. Regarding reference, let me give you an example. Just open the Wikipedia on any particular topic. Just open the Wikipedia. You will find there will be ample amount of numbers in third bracket. Have you seen it? Ample number
Yes,
of
sir.
third bracket, ample number of numbers in a third bracket written in a blue ink, written in a blue colored ink. 1, 2, 3, 4, anywhere in any particular, in just above any particular word or a sentence. Okay. You could see that in Wikipedia. And now you just go to the reference. You could see number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So that particular idea or that particular point where it has been written, that particular idea has taken from that reference. Number 1, you could match. The area written in number 1 means that particular area's idea I got from that particular reference. Number 2, you can match with 2. Number 3, you can match with 3. Okay. This were also highlighted. These were also hyperlinked. If you click on that, you can go to that page also. So this is the format of doing a paper. This is the format of referencing also. That's what the thing you can get if you go and surf a paper from internet. Okay. You will eventually get that. And it will be my advice to each and every one of you who are getting interest in this research field or who are going to do this. Of course, follow at least a single research paper before going or before start writing or doing these things. Okay. All right. Anyone else?
Any more doubts, students? Any doubt from our Talisha core team? Shreya ma'am, Shomodeep sir, Ankon sir, any doubt?
No, no questions from my side.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
No.
All
Okay.
right, if there is no question, then thank you once
Thank
again.
you.
It was
Thank you, sir.
nice meeting you all. All of you were so enthusiastic, so energetic, so attentive. Okay, some minor like interruptions was there, but absolutely that was negligible in front of your concentration, in front of your interest, in front of your involvement. I'm so much happy to attending this meeting. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm giving a big thank to the organizers. uh, Keep going. I wish you all the best to all of you in your future life in study and career. Keep going, keep successing, keep researching. Okay, all the best to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you, sir. Good night. Please, everyone, leave from the meeting. Thank you. Please leave. 60 and Minmoy. 60 and Minmoy, please leave.